there, folks. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel, and I welcome you to the semi-finals of the Australian Open. We've got two absolute bangers in store for us today. We're going to touch on them in a sec. Before we do, like the video, if you would subscribe. If you're not, I'd appreciate it if you did. If you want to support the channel, links in the description and the pinned comments along with the picks. First things first, we did manage to get both of them bets in the quarterfinals, so I'm trying to make it 3 in a row. We'll see what we can do. But first off, we've got Djokovic and Zverev. I can't wait for this one. This is very, very interesting, especially at this point in the slam. Head to head, I've got 9-6. I think a couple of them are exhibitions, so I'm pretty sure Djokovic does lead the head to head anyway, minus a couple. Last time he played was in the Cincinnati Masters 2023. Djokovic won that one. Very, very close game. I know Djokovic has beat him every time in a slam, which definitely stands for something. Yeah, he's beat him in the Australian Open, US Open. Yeah, you get the picture. You get the picture. Both of these have been playing very, very well indeed. Zverev's just been cruising along. I expected him to win all the games that he's come up in, and he has. Who's he beat? Luca Puig, Pedro Martinez, Jacob Fernley, Hugo Humbert, Tommy Paul. Like I said, just cruising, flying along, nice and easy. Hasn't really been tested. He hasn't. Obviously, Hugo Humbert and Tommy Paul are decent players, but they were nothing for Zverev on the day. Djokovic, it's a weird one, isn't it? It's a weird one with Djokovic. Started off a little bit shaky, dropped a set to Basaferretti, Jamie Farrier, and then everyone thought he was going to get beat by Thomas Mahac, or everyone thought Thomas Mahac was going to keep it close, including myself. Not another sort. Straight sets for Djokovic there. Everyone thought he was going to be fatigued against Lehechka. No, he looked even better against Lehechka. And then, as we all know, everyone pretty much all but writ him off against Carlos Alcaraz. And he looked fucking brilliant there, didn't he? He looked so good against Alcaraz. Admittingly, maybe it's easy to say in hindsight, but I don't think Alcaraz had particularly his best game. But with that being said, Djokovic did end up getting a bit banged up in that game, didn't he? Weren't moving as well. Had to resort to a more aggressive style of play. It ended up working out for him in the end, so call it luck, call it whatever you want. But nonetheless, 3-1 against Alcaraz, very, very impressive. Once again, question marks around the fitness of Djokovic. Is he going to be fit for this? Let's just assume he is, which I reckon he will be. I think he beats Zverev. I do. I'm going to have to keep saying it, aren't I? We don't get rich betting against Djokovic. We really don't. We've learned that with the Thomas Mahac game. The last 2 times we've taken him, we've hit both of them. So I think he's 1.6. I've got Djokovic at 1.57. Yeah. 1.57. I can't say no to that personally. I do think Zverev will be the toughest test he's had yet. I really do. Very strong behind the serve, very strong baseline play. I just think if Djokovic can wrap himself around the serve, around the return game, we know he's got more. He'll have even if it's just a little bit more at this point in his career. I feel like he'll have just a couple more tools in the bag to get it done past Zverev. Look, contrary to what I'm going with, I'd actually love Zverev to win this. I would. I'd love him to win this one, and I'd love him to just win the title. It'd be fantastic if he did. Let's just say like he does beat Djokovic, and then he bumps into, I don't know, Jannik Sinner in the final. Do we think he takes out Sinner? I don't know. I really don't know. The way that Jannik Sinner's playing at the moment, I can't see anyone beating him. I really can't, and it pains me to say, but we'll touch on that in a sec. It's Djokovic or nothing for me. Over 3.5 sets, it could be. Very, very well could be. I don't see why not. I don't see why Zverev, especially first set's crucial for Zverev in my opinion. If he can take that first set, put Djokovic on the back foot, I feel like he can get him. And then ultimately, I feel like if it just goes from bad to worse with Djokovic, I can't see him getting dragged around the court for 3 sets and getting bullied and straight. So he'll probably retire if he's injured that bad. So I'm willing to roll the dice. Throw Djokovic on the money line on the parlay. As you've probably noticed, it's just rinse and repeat. These have hit the last 2 times, so I'm just going to take another one. Why fuck with the winning formula? And then last one, we've got Yannick Sinner, Ben Shelton. Before we even get into this one, I just want to say it would be great for Ben Shelton to win this, wouldn't it? It would be so good if he managed to pull this one off. I love watching him play. Personally, I think he's a very, very good player to watch. Very exciting. Good, aggressive style of play. Fucking nuke of a serve as well when it's firing. Don't think he's as good as Yannick Sinner. I really don't. I just don't. Head to head, 4-1 to Sinner. Ben Shelton beat him the first time he played. That was in the Shanghai Masters 2023. Ever since then, he has not taken a set off Yannick Sinner. He was beating Vienna straight sets, Indian Wells, Wimbledon and Shanghai. All of them 3 coming last year, straight sets. There you go. Very impressed with Ben Shelton so far. Look good again. Look, he's looked good in all his games. We knew he'd get past the first 2. Massetti, people had the doubts. You know, we knew he'd win that one. The Gael Monfils one, he was probably going to win that, although it was a lot. That was the toughest test for him before Monfils just went on his ass. And then the game against Sonego looked really good. Considering Sonego was fantastic, all slam, the odds really just, reflected how that game was going to play out beforehand, didn't it? 1.3, 1.4 for Shelton. Yeah, we took him. We were right in doing so. Yannick Sinner looked fucking unbelievable against Alex de Minaur. We said it, didn't we? We said that I took him minus the 1.5 sets. I can't remember what the spread was. I think it was like 7.5 something. I knew it'd come in. He was only one way, but he absolutely battered him in front of his home crowd as well. Straight sets. Let me just check what it was. 6-3, 6-2, 6-1. Oh my days. Once again, there was a few question marks around Yannick Sinner after the Holger Rune game. Well, after he dropped that set and he was shaking and whatnot, but I said it, didn't I, Eve? That was just a one-off. We've never seen that happen before. He bounced back and absolutely fucked Alex de Minaur up. And I'll be damned if he doesn't do something along the lines to Ben Shelton. I don't think it'll be like 6-2s, 6-1s, nothing like that. Shelton's probably he's a lot stronger behind the serve than de Minaur. It's a lot more powerful, a lot more aggressive as well. He's really fit. This will be a decent test for Yannick Sinner, no doubt. I can't see Ben Shelton keeping it that close. He may take a set. If it goes to a tiebreaker, which you wouldn't put it past the American, you could see him clinching one. It comes down to very fine margins when we're dealing with Shelton and tiebreakers nowadays, but ultimately, I think Sinner gets it done. Yannick Sinner will definitely beat him. Spread 6.5, I feel like he covers that as well. If he's going to play as good as he did against de Minaur, I don't think there's nothing down for Ben Shelton, unfortunately. It's cool to dream. It'd be lovely to see him win it. It really would, but I just don't see him pulling off the upset. He may take a set at most. Yannick Sinner, straight sets, Sinner 3-1. I'm going to be taking Yannick Sinner minus the 1.5 sets once again. And that wraps us up, folks. Sound. As you've probably already seen from the pinned comment at the start, I'm going to be taking Djokovic on the money line. And I'm also going to be taking Sinner minus the 1.5 sets against Ben Shelton. I think we're going to get a Djokovic-Sinner final. I really do. I'm expecting that Djokovic and Zverev game to be very close. Very, very close. But, yeah, we'll see what happens in it. To try and make it 3 in a row, let me know what you're going for. You'll need another 20 odd subscribers as well, so if you're watching and you're not subscribed, do me the favour, do yourself a favour. I'd appreciate it if you did. Right then, I'll be saying good night to you folks. Take it easy, take care of yourself, take care of one another. Thanks for stopping by, spending the time. Let's go get that cash, and I'll see you tomorrow.